So this is the second to the last chapter in our course. We're about to end the course. No, we're down to the last 2 months. No? And this is the second to the last, which will more focus on the communication happening inside the workplace. Inside the workplace. So as future professionals, the professionals in the making, this will be your path. No, basically after college, you will enter the workforce. You will. That's the time you will work for yourselves or for your future families. No, you're gonna work and apply all those skills and talents and information that you've gained from college. So that will be the real they view it as the real world, no? Going out to the real world is, yeah, it's there. So basically, we'll talk about that in terms of communication, in the context of communication. How is communication working inside a workplace? No, inside in companies, in offices, in different works. Okay. But I'm sure you may be wondering, no, you're starting to question yourself, no, why do we need to learn all these things? No, I'm still in my first year. I still got a few more years before I enter that real world, no, outside the university. I still have a long way to go. Why do I need to even know and understand how communication works inside a workplace? Now, to tell you this, now, class, and so we can also have an appreciation of this chapter. Um, this course and this topic is designed for us, not to learn what's there, what's beyond um, university or college life, no? Because I'm sure hindi naman natin 'yon ma-appreciate talaga kapag yun na yung pinag-uusapan natin and hindi natin siya ma-apply right then and there, agad-agad. No? But this course and this chapter is designed for us to be able to learn or to get at least the basics, no? The basics of workplace communication. We're going to focus on the different communication styles and approaches when dealing or when conversing or communicating with different types of people inside the organization or the workplace. We're also going to focus on writing business letters. How do you write business letters? According to different purposes or different scenarios. We're also going to focus on writing the minutes of the meeting. Meeting minutes, is a documentation of everything that happened in during the meeting. So we're going to focus on that, and we'll also talk about the techniques in communicating with people, with your colleagues, with your teammates, with your supervisors, bosses. Now, because if we look into it, workplace is actually an organization, no? It's a working organization. No? And when we say organization, we have the leaders, we have the members, we have the supervisors, diba? It's an organization. There's a structure. And I'm sure that during high school, no, you are used in joining or student orgs, no? You already had an experience with that, I'm sure. I'm sure. So we can view it as organizational communication instead. So instead of workplace communication, we can view it as organizational communication because the principles is just the same. Now, whether it be at work or simply inside an organization. So working in an organization, same principles, same styles. No, there are people with different positions, no, being part of an organization, no, will give you the tasks, the duties. You will be given opportunities for collaborations, for contribution. Diba? There will be a lot of meetings. There will be a lot of brainstorming. Um, You will encounter different types of people, know, and you can also view it, I mean, the university is one big organization in itself. So if we look into it, it's already an organization. No, you are part of the organization already. No, having the president of the university as the head of this organization, and then meron tayong mga VPs, meron tayong mga college deans, mga faculty, staff, and then kayo na, mga students, and then you also have the non-teaching personnel and other staff. No? So you are already part of the organization kung tutuusin. Diba? So you can view it that way so that we can better appreciate this chapter or this course, because we're just going to talk about basic principles surrounding organizational communication. So instead of calling it workplace communication, we can also call it organizational communication. All right. And then we have the following importance of workplace communication. So, why is it important? First, it keeps the foundation of motivation. Okay, I'm interested between people. Okay, it keeps the foundation of motivation. Let's go back to the definition first of workplace communication. Simply put it, now, communication, we already have an idea that communication is the transfer of information from one person to another through verbal or nonverbal. Now, and then let's just put the word or the term organization or workplace to it. So we are putting communication in the context of organization or the workplace. So basically, it's the transmission or exchange of information between one person or group within an organization. Okay? We are also talking about how communication principles and skills can be used by a person to succeed in an organizational setting. One moment. Okay. So, ayun siya. Kung nung dati, no, communication for academic setting, this time workplace na. Sa workplace na or organization na yung ating context. So, medyo pinapaikli natin yung scope, na? So we can have common understanding of what workplace communication is. So moving forward, now we have different importance. Yeah, we have a list of the things that makes workplace communication important. Okay, first, it keeps the foundation of motivation. In a company or organization, if there is effective and clear communication that is happening, we can avoid misunderstandings, we can avoid miscommunication, we can also avoid misinformation. If we get to avoid, or if a company or organization gets to avoid these three things, then they will have lesser problems. Ba? Because usually, no, the root of problems is misunderstanding or miscommunication. Diba? O bakit nag-aaway yung dalawa yan? Bakit may banga yan? Eh kasi hindi nagkaintindihan sa ano hindi nagkaintindihan sa mga gagawin, sa mga taskings. Bakit hindi na namamansin si ganito? Kasi may nasabi sa kanya si ganyan na nasaktan siya kasi mali yata yung pagkakasabi nung workmate natin. No, iba tuloy yung naano sa kanya. So nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding, no? O bakit hindi na kayo pumapasok? Eh kasi sabi ni boss, ganito daw, wag na daw pumasok. Hindi. Ang sabi, dapat daw pumasok. O, so nagkakaroon ng miscommunication. So, from that, there are problems arising from those issues. So, on the other hand, if a company gets to avoid miscommunication, misunderstanding through proper and effective communication, then we can get to avoid these problems, which will eventually turn to the progress of the organization or the company. Diba? Minsan, hindi laging pera ang problema. 'no? Wala tayong problema, wala na tayong pera, wala na tayong budget, 'no? Madalas, 'no, it could also be about communication. Alright? So I hope you're getting that. So kapag ang if the company organization is effective in terms of communicating with its with the members or within the organization, then the members or the employees will stay motivated because walang problema eh. So I'll keep on doing what I'm doing, no? I'll keep on contributing to the organization's progress. I'll keep on I'll keep on communicating with them more effectively. Tuloy lang, no? Because wala naman problem. So tuloy lang natin what we are doing. So it keeps the motivation. All right. Next, here it says communication acts as a source of information and helps in the decision-making process. Okay, it acts as a source of information and helps in the decision-making process. I have a quick comment here, and I'd like to hear from one of you, or perhaps dalawa, no? The passage says communication helps with decision-making. Can you think of an example from a workplace where good communication might lead to a better decision? Yes, here, good communication equals better decision. Again, good communication equals better decision. They say it says that they are directly related. No? Good communication directly related to coming up with better decisions. Can you share with us some examples or an example in the workplace setting or organization na lang? No? Can you help us understand this analogy?
Sir,
Good decision, a good communication, better decision. Do you agree with
ano
that
sir,
statement?
yes sir, naririnig po ba ako?
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead.
Ano sir, kasi for example po, may pinagpipilian kayong two options and then yung isang option po is nasuggest na siya ng ka-workmate mo and then meron ka pong nakikitang parang mali dun sa option na yun. So, kung meron po kayong magandang communication sa workplace, mas madali po para sa'yo na ma-suggest yung nakikita mong mali. So, pwede po kayong makapagpili ng pwede niyo pong mapili yung second option which is better po kung meron kayong maayos na communication, sir. Kasi kung kunyari parang nag-suggest ka na, "Ay ano, parang may mali diyan sa isang option na 'yan." Tapos tinake po siya negatively ng iba mong ka-workmate. Imbes po na pag-isipan niyo maigi yung decision niyo, mag-aaway na lang po kayo ng mag-aaway.
Very good, no? So I hope everyone got it, no? In an organization, uh, as I mentioned, there are different types of people. There are different types of people working, and of course, different types of people. Meron tayong mga different types of ideas, no? Different ideas, different perspectives, and there are times that the organization will face crucial moments, no? That they have to come up with decisions, that they need to think about what to do. Let's say in the perspective of business, no? Let's say that your business is, you notice that the business is going down in terms of sales. You also notice that the there is limited budget for the employees, for the, let's say, for the salaries of your employees. It's getting down, everything is going down, no? But what should we do? What should be done to address this scenario or address this change, these issues, no? You cannot, as a leader or as a member of the organization, you cannot take everything. No, it's not a one man team. No, it's not all. You do not need to take everything at, as a member, di ba? You have your colleagues, no, to help you come up with solutions. And with that, no, there are situations, or you have there are scenarios that you need to meet, no, and talk about all these things or issues. Doon papasok yung decision making meetings, no. brainstorming, decision making processes, wherein you ask ideas from your colleagues. And then as what Ashley shared with us, that because there can be conflicting ideas, there can be ideas that that will emerge from those brainstorming sessions. Baka may mga times na ano bang tawag doon? Magko-conflict yung mga ideas natin. And how do we address that? Through proper communication. No, we can say it
Mm.
um, in a way that this will help the organization, and at the same time it will encourage collaboration with other people regardless of ano ba the personal matters, no, kasi you're there to work and to help the organization grow, eh. So if you can rephrase your message, no, in a way na hindi natin nasasaktan yung ano natin, katrabaho natin, na focus tayo doon sa issue at hand, and at the same time constructive yung nangyayari na na brainstorming sessions, no, through everything is possible through proper communication. So again, proper good communication, better decision. Okay, so very good, good point from Ashley. Next, let's proceed. Communication also helps in building people's attitudes. A well-informed person will always have a better attitude than a less informed person. Can you help us with this statement? A well-informed person will always have a better attitude than a less informed person. What do you mean by attitude? Work attitude. And why does it say here that an informed person will always have a better attitude? What's your interpretation with this about this statement?
For me lang po, kapag, for example po, 'pag mas may alam po tayo kapag mas alam po wait lang sir. Kapag alam po natin kasi yung mga rules, kunwari rules or ano ng isang company natin, mas 'di ba po mas tahimik lang po yung mga knowledgeable na tao kasi yung mga wala pong masyadong alam, sila po yung mas mabunganga. Yun po yung
Okay. Okay? So, tama 'yun, tama 'yun, 'di ba? Parang may hugot si Yana. So, sino pa yung mas, walang alam, parang sila pa yung mas ano, daming sinasabi 'no, daming kuda, 'no? But that's true actually, that's happening, that's happening in the workplace. Actually, may mga companies na, I mean, I'm coming from my experience, no, before I entered academe, no, I've been to different industries naman as na-share ko na before. And I noticed naman talaga na some employees, no, are has less have less information. I think they are less informed, no. And ang nangyayari doon is that sila kung sino pa yung mas maano maboka, madaming sinasabi, madaming kunwari, they're projecting that they know everything, no? Pero actually, hindi na kulang yung knowledge nila about something, about the work, about what to do, etc. Now, versus doon sa well-informed person. If you are well-informed, it means that you know what to do, you know your job, you know what not to do, the limits of your job, you know the right persons to talk to, no? If there are any concerns or issues, you know what to do, and you know who whom to speak with, no? You're a more informed person, and in that with that, if you are a more informed person, you know what to do, that will eventually turn to a better work attitude, no? Having the better attitude will make you an efficient person, an efficient member of the organization. Because again, if you are efficient, you will avoid problems, no, arising from what do you call that? From incompetence, no? Kung if you are competent enough, if you are an efficient member of the organization, you will the organization will like you because you have a better attitude at work. No, you're an efficient person. So with that, no, let's strive to be a well-informed person, 'di ba? Mas likable siya, ang well-informed person. So it's really an advantage for us to be well-informed pagdating sa mga ganitong setup or mga ganitong situations. Next, if efficient, again, if efficient, if maayos ang employees, 'di ba? It will also has an effect with the company, no? In turn, magiging efficient din ang company, magiging maayos, magiging productive, and it will operate effectively. Okay? And with that, masaya lahat, mataas ang moral ng mga employees, committed sila at work because again, less problems, they know what to do, they know how to say it, they know how to address it, and then tuloy-tuloy lang, no? Tuloy-tuloy lang ang trabaho. If there are any problems arising, they can effectively address it, no? The right way, with the right approach, no? So I think that's really important. So we can see here the importance of communication skills, no? Having effective communication skills. Mahirap yung papasok ka lang ng 8 o'clock, magtatrabaho ka, nilalabas ka ng 5, and then pasok ulit the next day, no? If ganun yung naging routine mo, ay medyo ano na yan, I mean, if you're not growing in terms of, if you're not growing productively, no, if you're not developing your, you know, yung professional development mo ay na-stuck, no? Hindi naman yung maganda yun kasi times are changing, no? And so, kailangan nagde-develop din tayo in terms of communication skills. Okay, proceeding with the next part of our lecture. These are the considerations, no, in workplace communication: purpose, audience, and tone. Starting off with the purpose, no? You have to identify your purpose. You always have to identify your purpose in everything that you do, may it be inside the workplace, organization, or even in your lives. No, everything that you do must be rooted on a purpose. No, just like what we are doing right now. You choose to attend an online meeting, a virtual meeting, regardless of, in spite of these issues that we are encountering, technical difficulties, etc. You still choose to join us today for an online meeting. Why? Because you have your purpose. Perhaps to learn, to listen, to understand some concepts, to ask questions, to check with our classmates, no? Kasi matagal na tayo, I mean, it's been a week, more than a week, no? Since we moved to online learning, no? So you like to also check, no? You have a purpose, you have a goal, no? And in the context of workplace communication, before writing a letter to someone or communicating with your colleague during the meeting or attending the meeting, you must always think about what your purpose is. Focus on the subject and mean what you are trying to say. Diba? If you are sending an email, diba, there's always the subject line there. Now you will be asked for the subject, for the topic of your of your email. So what you would like to say. So dun pa lang sa email communication, you're already being asked about your purpose. What's your purpose? So always think about that. Now that you have identified the purpose, let's say you're about to write a letter. No, writing a letter. Sige, I'd like to write a letter to request information from this person. Okay? So, from this person, I'm talking about your audience, identifying your audience. Okay? So, identifying your audience means knowing the type of person is going to be the receiver of your message. So again, let's say you're going to write a letter to a supervisor. asking for details about a project, no? Tinutukoy natin. We are identifying the type of person who is going to be the receiver of the message. By identifying the type of person, you also have to identify the position of that person in your organization. Since we are already in our organization, we must also observe the hierarchy, uh, the leveling. We call it hierarchy. Yeah? So, where is that person situated in that organization, in your organization structure? So, is he or she a supervisor? Definitely, medyo mas nakakataas siya. An employee, same as yours. Yeah, so, we also have to look into that. And with that, we have to consider the flow of communication. Because with that, that will also be your consideration for writing the message. So we have here four formal communication network structures. Depending on the flow of communication and at the same time the position of the receiver now involved here. So first we have upward communication. So upward communication happens when the communication is coming from you to an audience above you in the job hierarchy. Okay, let me give you an example. No, I am currently an instructor at the Department of Languages, and in our department we have our department chair. No? So may department chair kami. So looking into it, no. So the department chair is above me in terms of the job position. No. So let's say I'm going to submit a report about this online learning modality to my department chair. I would like to submit an accomplishment report. I would like to inform my supervisor or our department chair about what's happening during the online learning modality. So the information is coming from me. I'm the sender. No? Going to the receiver, who is the department chair. And because the department chair is above me in terms of the hierarchy, the job hierarchy, the information or the communication flows upward, pataas, no? Kaya yung interaction yon between me as the instructor and the department chair as my immediate supervisor, that is considered upward communication. Okay, I hope you're getting it. You can send him some emojis i-ano natin utilize natin yan as much as we can. But also if you have any concerns, don't forget to just use the chat option so we can address those. And then, so that's upward communication. So in an organization, again, there are levels. So we must observe that. No? Another example, si department chair, ang immediate supervisor niyan is the college dean. So, department chair, college dean. So, let's say the department chair would like to forward the report that I submitted to her to the college dean. So, the information this time is coming from the department chair, the sender of the message, going upward, no, to the college dean. So, the communication goes upward. Okay? So, it's still upward communication. No? You're already not in the picture, no? I'm not already in the picture because that's just that is an interaction between the department chair and the college dean. But if you can notice, the flow of communication goes upward because going to the college dean. Okay, I hope you're getting it. Next, if there is upward communication, there's also downward communication. So this time, the flow of communication goes from a higher position to a lower position in the hierarchy. So let's just reverse the scenario. No, this time the college dean would like to coordinate with the department heads. No, so they set a meeting. No, to talk about different issues or concerns. So the information is coming from the college dean going downward to the department heads. So that is downward communication. Okay. Another example that I can share with you, let's say the university president. We all know the university president is at the topmost part of the organizational structure. So the university president issues a memorandum about suspension of classes. Example. No? And it is directed, the memorandum or the announcement is directed to all the members of the organization. That means all the faculty, the non-teaching staff, the vice presidents, the college deans, and even the students are all concerned. Diba? So the information goes from the top pababa. That's downward communication. Very clear naman na. So you have to consider where the information is coming from and then look into the position of that sender in the organizational structure. And then you can now see the flow of communication to identify what type of communication network structure is being shown. Lateral communication this time is horizontal communication. So the sender and the receiver has the same rank or the same title, the same position in the job hierarchy. For example, me and my co-faculty and I are sharing best practices in terms of online learning or online holding online classes. So we're sharing ideas, we're exchanging information, but because we're both instructors, we're both the same, we're both on the same level, no? The communication happening is lateral. Okay? So it's lateral communication. So same kayo. Okay? And then we have the outward communication. This time, you are coordinating with other people, with people outside your organization. Another example would be, let's say, you were assigned as the representative of your school. Oh, may ganon. So you're going to present something to other student representatives. So you're the representative of the school. The information is coming from you as the sender, and then the receiver are those who are not part of the organization. No, that is outward communication, palabas. No, in Filipino. Okay, so we only have four: upward, lateral, downward, and outward. Okay, I hope you're getting it because we'll proceed with the next consideration. Okay, so we already had purpose, and then audience. Now, this time we have to consider as well the tone of the message. Okay, the tone of communication. No? Especially at this point in time wherein we are connected in we are mostly connected in chat. No, chat platforms are everywhere. We have the messenger, emails, text message, no, written communication. No? Unlike face-to-face communication, no, in face-to-face communication, you can easily hear the voice. No, you can easily say whether the person you're talking to is happy or not, or is it he or she is angry or irritated, yeah, or frustrated. You can easily get it from the based from the tone of the voice mismo, or as well as the facial expressions. But in terms of written communication, that becomes more challenging. Now, we have to rely on the word choice. You have to rely on how the message was written. No, doon lang tayo magbabasa, okay? Let me share with you an experience, no? Um, I used to work in call center, no? But I am assigned to chat support. So chats lang siya. So every day I take in chats, usually two chats at a time, and then so there's no other way to assess the customer. no, the customer's feelings or concern, aside from reading, no. So you need to read the chat, no, for you to understand what your customer's concern. So yun siya. Okay? And the challenge there again is for you to have an understanding. No? So even if you are in the chat or the written platform, okay? So how do we do that? How can we achieve a certain tone? So we look into the word choice. Okay? We look into the word choice. There are times that some customers might be sarcastic, no? But on the first glance, you will notice that ay ano lang pala siya, okay siya pero ayun pala ano na pala siya, galit na siya. Dinadaan niya na lang sa sarcasm, no? O kaya there are also people who are straightforward. They can be, if they're really angry, they will show it kahit chat or kahit written, no? They will use capital letters, they will use profanity, they will use vulgar words, they will attack you using words, no? So there are also people who are like that. Now, again, that will be your that will be your challenge, no? How are you going to show your feelings, or how are you going to show your side with the use of words? So here we have some guidelines, no, we can follow. First is we are advised to be reader centered rather than being writer centered. What do we mean by that? By being reader centered, we are putting the customer first, or we are putting the reader first. We are putting ourselves into the perspective or point of view of the reader. Now, we are thinking as if we are the reader of the message that we are going to send. Now, let's take a look at the following examples. I'd be happy to assist you with your concern. Looks good, sounds good, no? The help is there, the assistance is offered. I'd be happy to assist you with your concern. It's happy, it's positive kasi may happy eh. But we can turn it into a reader-centered approach, such as this one. If you have any concern, I'd be happy to assist you. You know, I hope you're getting the difference. No? The thought is the same, that you are there to help, but now it turned to be reader centered. Now, ako personally, I would love to hear the reader centered one. Now, if you have any concerns, I'd be happy to assist you. Oh, concern siya. Mas na-feel ko yung concern niya na nabasa ko yung reader centered sentence, statement. No? Kasi they're looking after you. No? They're considering you. No? You feel valued. Diba? Second statement, we will send you a copy of your request. Now, versus the copy requested has already been sent, no? So parang aside from naging reader center, parang may sense of accomplishment. Na-resolve natin yung concern, no? Kasi sinend na, nagawa na nila. So that's how you do it, the reader-centered approach. The third one, I'm happy to let you know, I'm going to leave that to you. No, how can you turn that into reader-centered approach? We'll talk about that next meeting. No, I'm happy to let you know. Sounds good. Okay na, sounds positive. No, lalo na if you're going to say something or to share good news. No, but how can you turn it to being reader-centered? Na how can you turn that statement? Okay, what's important there is you have to consider the point of view of the other person. Now, if you are planning to venture or to follow the path of service industries, customer service, now your clients will be your customers. Now, so you have to understand where they are coming from. Now, hindi pwedeng ikaw lagi. No, there are times again that the customer are that by the time the customer is coming in, he or she is already angry, is already furious, confused, irritated, irate, no? And it is your responsibility to help the customer. no? So first things first, you can acknowledge first the anger or the frustration, because that's real naman talaga, no? Don't fight with the customer, no? We are there to help the customer, not fight the customer. Mawawalan tayo ng customer kung gano'n, no? Kung aawayin lang natin siya. So put ourselves into the shoes of the other person. That's empathy. So kahit hindi naman sa ano, hindi naman sa call center, kahit sa mga ordinary ano lang natin, mga everyday lives lang natin, no. Someone is sharing a, a story from his or her experience, no. You're there to listen. That person chose you to listen to the stories or to the concerns. So andun ka, ikaw yung pinili nila to listen, or siguro yung tao makakatulong sa mga concerns sila. So, dun pa lang, no, dapat maano na tayo, matuwa na tayo that, tayo yung pinipili ng ating mga friends or nung sino man who can help them with their concerns. Na, so, yun lang naman. So, again, how can you set the tone? First, you can read your statement, reread lang, no? Before sending it, make sure that you read the message. Think as if you are the receiver of the message, no? Ay, pag na-receive ko to, ano kayang mafe-feel ko? No? Ay, ano naman siya? But, bakit ano naman siya? Bakit ganito magsalita? Oh. So, pwede mo nang rearrange or rephrase bago natin i-send ang mga message natin or mga letter. Okay? Pag sa email, please naman, wag nating dadamihan ng emoticons, no? Ang email is not chat, no? Ang email is different from chat or private messaging. No, it's still considered a formal and professional platform. So, let's refrain from using so many emojis, kasi alam naman natin that emoji is a form of visual communication. It also has a meaning. No? So kahit emojis lang yung ilagay natin dyan, may meaning pa din yan. So mas maganda, much better, wag na lang muna. Let's reserve that for private or for friendly conversations. Then tingnan natin itong example na to is yung example na medyo may problem in terms of communicating, no, through email. Okay, so we have to be careful with that as well. Okay, the next slides will show us the different communication tools being used inside the workplace. Iba-iba yan. We'll not delve so much into that, but we'll just focus on first the business letter.